start with.
Okay, good.
Sorry you can't see me, but welcome to everybody. We've got people from all over the world, all the way from Japan, Sandy in one direction, and you guys in the States in the other. So we've got lots of different time zones. So good morning, afternoon and evening. So we've kind of put this call together really just to say hi to everybody, to touch base, because we're all still in lockdown, a lot of us. So it's nice to kind of see some faces and talk some running. But also because we've got a new amazing course for the Namib Race 2020. And we thought it was a good opportunity to get Carlos on board to talk a little bit through what you guys are going to be experiencing, what we're all going to be experiencing in November. Most of us are doing the Namib Race in 2020 and some of us in 21, which will be the same course. But it's a great course, so we're going to take, Carlos is going to go through a few of his tips for that course shortly. So we've got quite a lot of people on course. We've got a lot of the management team as well. So I can see Sam's there. Sam will be one of the event directors at the race. Zaina is also the event director for the race, and myself an event manager. Anybody who's been talking to me about sort of the race in the background, that's been me you've been contacting, but the other guys will be there as well. So we've got, as I said, we've got Carlos online as well. So I'm going to hand over to Carlos really now, who is going to be doing most of the talking for the next 15 minutes or so. And then we're going to open up to questions at the end. So we've got about 20 minutes of questions. We're going to actually mute you all, just so it's easier for Carlos to sort of get talking. And maybe you can think up your questions, write them down for the end, and then ask him at the end. So Carlos, if you want to take over and let us know what's what about the course.
Okay, so initially when I got the work to find a new course in Namibia, I was really very excited and to explore the area in between Walvis Bay and Swakopmund. Okay, Walvis Bay and Swakopmund, they are very close to, they are next to the sea and at the same level of Windhoek, of the capital. So they are extremely easy to access, and they are pretty like medium villages, medium towns, and those are the area behind them is absolutely astonishing. And so it's perfect. Can everybody see this?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Okay, so we can work on this. Okay. So you see that in the let's see, this is the coast of Namibia. So we are looking at a map that the left side is the west, and the east side is the right side is the east. Okay, so Windhoek is should be around this part. Do you see my mouse by any chance? No.
No.
Okay.
Yes.
That's my mouse, you can see. Okay.
Okay. So we are going to use your mouse then.
Okay.
I cannot share the screen. Okay. Anyway, so the thing is that the race is starting in Walvis Bay. Okay, all this area is been like visited by humans around 1890 or something like that. And this is a very fascinating place of Namibia, because this was actually the border between the Germans that they were staying in Swakopmund, and the south part, in Walvis Bay, is the British that they were living there and working there. Okay, so the Swakopmund was like the main harbor for the Germans, and Walvis Bay was the main harbor for the British. And it was actually a much better place, Walvis Bay, but probably Alistair will be happy with that. And all this area, the area of this is some pretty nice landscape anyway. Okay, so Camp 1 is going to be not far away from Walvis Bay. which Zaina is helping me to mark, okay? And this area is very, very amazing. It's like an incredible landscape, because this green line that is the course is very varied. So we are going to change landscape a lot. Okay, so the beginning, we are staying we are going to have the first campsite near the salt pans. Okay, there is one of the biggest, I think I've been told that is the biggest in South Africa, in the south part of Africa, not South Africa. The biggest salt plant there, and it's like a huge area. I asked to run in the middle of the salt pans, but we didn't have the authorization, so we have to make like a rounded, but it's absolutely astonishing. And then we keep like following the green line, and we will be following like a riverbed that is right there. And that area is in between. Like we are going to be running in an area that is like a green riverbed, dry, of course. And but on the right side, you will have big sand dunes. Okay, we are not going to go by the sand dunes, but not yet, at least. But the area is absolutely fantastic. Okay, this is the area where a very, very old tribe is called the Toppenars. They live there. Okay, and they are nomadic, and so they move quite a lot, and they are like quite poor, and you can see that. But the amazing thing is that they are able to live from an area that any of us, you know, we could probably survive like a couple of days, and they just live there, you know. So they find everything in this area of the desert. This stage, can you point, Zaina, camp 2?
Yeah.
Okay, this is the second one, camp 2. Okay, it's written there. And so this stage is going to be quite challenging, okay, because the thing is that the bottom is going to be very sandy. So we are not going to go in the sand dunes, but the bottom on this area is very sandy, actually. So that means that it's going to be challenging. I understand that all the backpacks are heavy on that moment, and actually the elevation gain is pretty low, so it's on that part is not difficult. But the most difficult part is that the bottom is going to be soft. Okay, and we expect it will be warm. So okay, so camp 2 is going to be next to the riverbed. It's in an open area, very, very nice, and we will be next to the sand dunes, so you will enjoy the sand dunes, and it's very nice to see the area. I don't know if Zaina, do you have the video with the images from stage 1?
I have the video.
I have everything prepared, but I cannot share my screen, so.
Yeah, let me see if I can find that. Oh, is my screen still sharing?
Yes, yes.
See all of my files. Maybe I'm going to stop that for a moment while I
Okay, so the thing is, we can see the video at the end if you want. We can put the map again, and we can see the video at the end, and I can explain it again quickly, and we can see it. Okay, can you put the map again?
Yep. Well, now I've got some photos up. You see that? They're just not going to be in the order that you probably want them to be. So let me go back to the map.
Okay, this is the riverbed, and these are the sand dunes that I was telling you about. Okay, so as you can see, they're pretty big sand dunes. Okay.
I'm back to the map now.
But back to the map. Yes. Okay. So that is campsite number 2. Okay. Stage 2 then. The beginning is going to be much easier, but not for long, because then we are going to be running towards the north, okay? And you will see far in the distance on your left side, you will see Walvis Bay, okay? And Walvis Bay is very easy to identify because it has like a huge, how do you say that? Like the things that they have in the port, in the harbor, is one of the biggest harbors in the south of Africa. So they have a lot of work, and it's been bought by the Chinese, by the way. So, and they have a lot of work, and they have like big crews there, and I don't know if they call crews, or anyway, the big things to transport the download the boats and everything. Okay, and that is on your left. And then we will cross one road, and then we will enter like in a completely amazing area that is like the sand dunes. Okay, so more or less where it says Camp 1 Salt, where the word salt is written, from there it's all going to be like sand dunes, more or less. Okay. The idea is that the sand dunes are in between the ocean. So when you get to the top of the sand dunes, you will be able to see the ocean on your left, which is absolutely amazing. Maybe if Tiago maybe can share the screen, maybe he can find later some pictures. Okay, but yeah. Okay, no. We are okay. This is
which part? Sorry, did you ask for the salt?
For the sand dunes, pictures of the sand dunes, but we can show them later maybe. And then so the thing is that all the black area is we are already in the sand dunes, okay? And from there to the campsite is going to be sand dunes, the whole thing. So exactly, thank you, Zeina, and you are my pointer. And the idea is that it's not going to be like full sand dunes all the time and soft sand, because the good thing about that section is that it's like sand dunes, but they make like valleys, and in the middle of the valley is like hard packed sand, and much easier to run the area. So that means that it will be not easy because the terrain will be soft, but anyway it won't be that hard like having like, I mean, I must say 20 kilometers of sand dunes. Is not going to be like that, okay? So you can be relaxed on that. So we arrived to Camp 3, and Camp 3 is absolutely amazing because it's in the middle of the sand dunes. So we will be sleeping right in the middle of the sand dunes, surrounded by amazing sand dunes, and that is going to be our third campsite, okay? Stage 1, stage 2, stage 3 is going to be a little bit difficult at the beginning because we have to get off the sand dunes, and then we will leave the sand dunes. We will run a little bit with the sand dunes on our left, in an area that is between the sand dunes and a highway that is right a little bit on the right of the green line, okay? Until we get to where the red line starts. And this is a crossing that we will be doing in an open area, hard packed terrain, very easy to run, and all the way till the Camp 4 is going to be like easy to run. So the most difficult part of stage 3 is going to be the first leg. The rest is fairly okay and fairly easy to run, okay? And it's going to be like an open area, very, very open area with nothing, like a flat desert that is also one of the landscapes very typical from Namibia. So it's important to know that we are going to be changing landscape a lot, okay? And right there, I don't know if you can point at the end of the red line. and then keep on going by the green line. Keep on going, stop there. No, before the campsite, okay, right there. Right where Dana is pointing, okay, that is where a paradise starts, okay? You will see a landscape that is absolutely astonishing, and you will love it. This is the start of, this is the Swakop River that goes to Swakopmund. Actually, Swakopmund is the mouth, it means the mouth of the Swakop, no? That is the river. And that was one of the reasons they found the village there, the town there, because it was water there. And right there where the arrow is a viewpoint, and you will see the whole river, and all that area is called the Moon Valley. It's called Guani Contes, okay? And you can check it online, and it's absolutely astonishing. It's incredible. It has like a lot of minerals, many minerals. So that means that they are like mountains, not very big mountains, okay, like small hills. It's been carved by the water running. So it has like very strange shapes. And the most amazing thing is that they have different colors because they are made of different minerals. So that means that you have one black, one brown, one yellowish, one orange, and it's amazing. And we will be running right there in the middle of that. Okay, so then that means that from the angle there, from the turn, from the viewpoint that I was pointing before, then we will do a downhill. We will get in a riverbed. Okay, and then we will get to the camp 4. And camp 4 is going to be next to an old abandoned ostrich farm. Okay, it's like an old building, and there's nothing there anymore. But it's like a very nice place. It's like a small valley, and we will be surrounded by these mineral mountains, and it's very nice.
Carlos, sorry to interrupt, but just to give you an update on time, we could finish up with the descriptions in about 6 minutes, so then we still have time for people to do a bit of Q&A.
Yeah, okay, so I go faster. Okay. Okay, I'm very excited to explain everything, all the details. Okay, so from there we start like in a single track, like climbing uphill, and you will see Guani Contes from the top. Okay, and then we can keep on going on the green line until Camp 5, which is in a different river. The river Swakop is going to the southeast, and the other river is oh, I forgot the name now. Anyway, there is the other river that goes up to the north. Okay, and that area, that valley, can you go back with the arrow a little bit? Yeah, all this area that is the riverbed, okay, is full of like non-dangerous animals, like springboks and oryx and ostrich. It's amazing. It's like a very incredible place. And then we will get to the Camp 5, which is a mine. Okay, it's an abandoned mine, and we will be sleeping like right in the middle of the old houses that they were using for the mine, and that is a very nice place also. Okay, and then long stage is it's also very nice. It's not probably going to be as long as 80 kilometers or something like that. We will probably be around 70 something, but we are determining, we are ending up with the track still. And we have to cross the one road that goes to Swakopmund from Windhoek. And then after that, we will be heading to the north, and in an area that is full of abandoned mines, mainly quartz mines. but there are also other kinds of mines. And it's very curious to see, because also the landscape is very changing, and it has like different mountains and some surprises that I'm not going to tell you all, because then if not, everything will be, you will know everything. And then we keep going, and then we go back again to Swakop River. And then once we are in Swakop River, we will be camping around 9 kilometers right there, exactly, about 9 kilometers from the beach, which is the finish line. Okay, right in the riverbed of the Swakop River. Not far away from Swakopmund, but we won't see any houses or anything. It's pretty far away, enough to be calm and peaceful there in the river, and it's a very nice place to come. And then the finish line is only 9 kilometers. It will go all the way to the beach, and we will finish in the beach in Swakopmund. Okay, fast enough.
Very good.
Thanks, Carlos.
Thanks, Carlos.
Sorry, I'm very sorry. I have a lot of information here, but I don't know what happened with my screen. I cannot share it.
If you guys want to, you can go ahead and unmute yourselves if you have a question. And then we can just, if you wouldn't mind saying your name before the question, if anyone has any questions for Carlos about the flow. Everyone very shy.
I don't know if Tiago can share the screen, or you found the videos, and we can show some pictures. Maybe it's nice.
Okay, this is Mary. I have a question. What is the most difficult stage?
Probably I would say 1, Mary. I would say stage 1. Because the terrain is quite soft, and the backpacks are quite heavy. So probably stage 1 is the hardest one. Also, elevation, as I said before, it's not quite, because it's like flattish more or less. But the main problem is that it is very sandy. Okay.
Hi, Carlos, it's Tony.
Hey, Tony, how are you?
¿Cómo está? That's me done there, by the way. How much of the course is drivable?
85%.
Okay. Just make sure I don't have to walk anywhere.
Some parts of the course are challenging to drive. I mean, you can drive. I drive it. I have driven them, but we are not going to send any vehicles, because I already think about the logistics in a way that in some sections only the vehicles from the checkpoint that it needs to go there, it will go there. But the other checkpoints, they will take a different road. So we don't have to get in a sandy area, or we can get stuck with a car or something like that. So that means that, but mainly and also the sand dunes, obviously the area of the sand dunes is not drivable. You can drive some sections, but not all of it.
Thank you.
Can we see can you manage to see the pictures?
Tiago sharing the screen, yeah.
I quickly put just for.
And did you have a question?
Most likely doing this in November. Can you tell us a little bit about temperatures during the day and at night in November?
Okay. Temperatures in November are going to be probably warmer than what we expect before. Okay, because now the temperature are much lower. Okay, now they are on the south hemisphere, so that means that we are heading to our summer now. So the temperatures are rising instead. For them, the temperatures are going down now. because they're going to winter. But instead, in November that we are doing the race, that means that the temperatures will be warmer. Okay. I cannot tell you because exactly I would say, because the good thing is that all these warm temperatures are mainly in the area of the desert, and the area of the desert is probably around 20-25 kilometers inland. Okay, so this area that we are very close to the sea, it has always like wind from the sea, and it cools down the quite a lot the area of the desert. Actually, the coast in Namibia is much colder than the area of the desert that is incredibly warm. I have visited the inside part of the desert, like Namib Park, and in end of November and beginning of December, we are talking about 50 degrees in midday.
But that won't be for us.
But that won't be for us, absolutely. I would say that probably during the day around 30, that can be a problem. And
we wouldn't expect it to even get up to 40 Celsius.
No, I don't think so. No, because we are very close to the sea. Almost all of the course is very close to the sea. So maybe in the area of Huanicontes, which we are a little bit farther away, but I don't think it will go over 40. So I think it will be around 30 something. I will 30, 35 maximum or something like that. I don't think more than that. And during the night, it will be nice. I don't think it's going to be cold, but I don't know. I would say maybe 10 degrees, something like that, Celsius, around that.
The first 3 days were quite close to the coast, relatively speaking. Would you say it's windy going north on the second and third day?
Yeah, it might be windy. Yes, it might be windy, and the problem is that, as I told you, on the first 2 stages is where the softer terrain is. Okay, this is what you are seeing is like one of the sand dunes that we are going to run. Actually, there is one person right there in the bottom.
Oh, their photos.
And I don't know if you see the photo. You see the photo of the sand dune? Mm-hmm. Everybody can see it? Okay, there is one person there. I don't know if it's me or someone else. Anyway, and these are the salt pans at the beginning, the stage 1, okay? And what was I saying? Oh, about the wind. Yes, it can be windy, yes. And the problem is that with all the sand, you know, and this one is Huanicontes, this picture, okay?
Wow.
As the area that I told you that it was Moon Valley. It's called Moon Valley, okay? And you see the mountain on the back. Okay, I'm going to tell you anyway. We are not a lot of people, and you are not going to tell anyone. We are going to climb that one.
Aren't you all excited? Yay.
No, I have to tell you, once you get to the top of that mountain, it's not high. Don't be afraid. It's not high, okay? It's not like a huge mountain. It's like much lower than what you think. That place is probably one together with the viewpoint that I told you in stage 3. That the top of that mountain is probably one of the nicest places you ever seen. I mean, it's like amazing landscape. You will love it. You will love it.
Checkpoint 3 on the top there.
Yeah, we might. I have to, Tony. I know you are checkpoint 3 always, so I'm always taking good care of you. Don't worry. Anyway, there is a chance that we have a checkpoint up there. Yeah. Yes.
Guys,
because
you have to walk in, right, Carlos?
What is it?
You have to walk into that checkpoint, right?
No. You can go with a car.
No, I thought that was checkpoint 3. You have to walk in.
Oh, for Tony, yes. Tony has to walk in. The rest of the troop, they can go with a car. No, going down it's not possible to drive. So it's only possible to go up with the car, but going down, we have to, we are actually going to put some ropes in a couple of places because maybe it's like, just to be sure. It's not dangerous at all because the fall is, you know, everybody knows already that I am afraid of heights, okay? So you don't have to worry for like dangerous spots or dangerous steps or something like that. Okay.
Guys, I think we're probably going to start running out of time soon. Sorry to interrupt, Carlos. Finish your thought. Go ahead.
Okay. No. Okay. Okay. Keep on going. Okay.
So I was just going to say, I think we're running out of time. Does anyone have any other questions before we?
Are you concerned about time because of like that 40-minute limit?
Yeah.
I don't think they shut you down. They usually just automatically give you more time. So that shouldn't be a problem. Mm-hmm.
All right. Well then, go ahead, Carlos. But if we do all disconnect, then that will be the end of the call. But continue talking.
Can we reconnect again? Can we reconnect again and have another bonus of 40 minutes?
We can.
Okay, I don't know what I was saying actually.
Sorry.
So if anyone has a question.
Hey, you know, I just want to say this was incredibly helpful. This was fantastic. I really appreciate the map and kind of walking through it. I've taken a lot of notes and it just makes me feel more comfortable with the whole process. So so thank you very much for doing this.
Well, I'm actually very sorry because I had all the like pictures divided by stage, so I was going to explain everything with a map and everything moving, and I don't know what happened. I didn't work
maybe Carlos, we could do a sort of second call at some point for those also that couldn't make it the first time.
Maybe do a little bit of training before, so I know what's going on with the screen sharing. But I think it's going to be much more useful because you know, when I'm talking about the salt pans, I can show you a picture of the salt pan so you can know exactly what it looks like, and this way, you know, it's harder to understand, no? But anyway, yeah, I'm up to any other call if you guys want to know. Yeah.
Hey, I'm sorry. This is John from Colorado. Sorry, I just jumped in. I didn't have the meeting identification, so I just want to say thanks for doing this. I'm just catching up on things. But one question about the salt pans: how many miles for that stage are actually on the salt pans?
No, as I was saying, you were not connected, but the problem that we have in the salt pans is that one of the things that I want you guys do is to run actually in the middle of the salt pans.
Right.
We didn't have the authorization to do it. They offer us to run on the road, and I say like, thank you very much, but we don't want that. And so that means that we are going to do a different track, that we are going to go next to the salt pans, but we unfortunately cannot run on the area that I wanted to run on, you know. So at the end, maybe I'm trying to make it in a way that actually I had to go, I don't know when yet.
Let me just interrupt. John, just quickly, were you asking that question for the difficulty of the salt pans, or because Carlos said that stage 1 was the hardest?
No. So I did a race out in Bonneville Salt Flats 2 years ago, and the first 20 miles were across the salt pans there, and I'm just trying to get a gauge like how many miles, because I mean,
sure.
For those of you who actually go ahead.
That section through the salt flats is going to be about less than 10 miles, but it's not going to be all on the salt pans itself. And Zaina's been videoing this, so she'll send a copy so you can listen to what he said at the first half of the call, which talked a bit more about it.
No, that's great. I mean, I know that mentally, it's one of those things that when you get out there, it's, I mean, more a mental thing than anything. Sit there and go, okay, 20 miles on the salt pans is a long thing.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. No, but John, the thing is that we are not, under no circumstances, we cannot run on the salt pans, okay?
Okay,
so
that's great.
So the thing is that we are going, my ideal track was to run in between the salt pans, that is like a road, service roads, that they use only for the machines and to get the more water or less water or whatever they need to do. But we didn't have the permission to at least not yet, to do that one. not even that one. So that means that we will be running next to the salt pans, but not in them. So it's not going to be like such a, okay. Any more questions?
I was just wondering
oh,
about the
sorry.
stage.
Go ahead.
Oh, sorry. I was just wondering about the long stage, what the terrain is like underfoot, and whether there's any elevation in it at all.
So in the long stage, terrain is going to be pretty not difficult. I mean, pretty hard packed. There are some places that we are running it like in riverbeds, so it might be a little bit softer the ground, but it's not like soft sand. Okay, so it's going to be sandy, but it's like riverbed sand, which is not that hard. Okay. And the biggest, main elevation, is not finished the track yet, so I cannot give you exact number. But the biggest elevation is the mountain, and you saw on the picture, and that is probably, I would say, 200 meters, something like that. So it's nothing to worry about. 200 and something, maybe. It doesn't arrive to 300. Okay. So it's not going to be very high elevation gain or something. Actually, the whole race in the Namib, the whole track, it is not like elevation is not the problem. The problem can be maybe the terrain. In the first stages is sandy, and some other areas, even in Guani contest, when we will get in the Moon Valley, that area can also be a little bit sandy and some places, because we are running on the bottom of the Swakop River. So that means that it can be a little bit challenging, but with all the animals and the landscape that you have around, you will enjoy it.
Yeah.
So.
And the last part of the long march, so the likelihood is that it will be dark for a lot of people at that point. What is the terrain like at that time? Is it road or?
Not road. No. I'm trying to avoid all the roads. So no, the idea is that we will be following riverbeds. And at the end, like probably last leg, we will have a little bit of road that is an abandoned mine that is for a sand mine that is right there. We will be crossing next to the sand mine, and then we will get in like it's like a road, it's like a track, a dust track. Okay. Yeah. That it goes in the bottom of the Swakop River, and we will follow all this until we get to the campsite. So it's not dangerous, difficult to get lost, because you just have to keep on that road. So it's easy. Yeah? Mary, you have a question?
Yes, Carlos, I just thought it would be helpful for the group if you could tell everyone roughly how much of the course is sand.
Whew.
I guess maybe some is hard, some is soft.
I would say like soft sand, around 40 kilometers in total, maximum, maybe 35, something like that, like maximum, okay? And then in riverbeds, which is a different, it's also sand. It can be softer or harder depending on how much water they have or how much, where are you running even, because you can choose the path. And I would say another 40. 35 soft sand and 40 the rest, yeah, more or less. The good thing about the sand is that, you know, we told sometimes that it's very important how you choose the track. So sometimes the fastest way is not direct line. Sometimes it's better to go like that, because it's harder ground and it's much easier. Okay. Okay.
Anything else from anyone? Any questions? Okay.
Per stage.
Oh, sorry, go ahead, Ben.
Estimates per stage. You said 70-ish.
Sorry?
Per day.
Sorry, Ben. There's something going on with your speaker.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
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 Okay. Do you have a rough kilometer estimate per day? You mentioned the long stage would be around 70. What about the other ones?
I am planning, so I have to finish the track because I didn't like have all the information, but my idea is to have roughly what we normally do is like all the first stages for around 40 kilometers, 40, 42 or something like that around the marathon. And then the long stage around 7, it won't arrive to 80, but it will be around 75 for now, okay? And then the last one I know that is 9 because it's like practically in like a straight line going all the way to the beach. So that is 9 kilometers for sure. But then the long one is 75, 76 around that, and then the other ones will be around 40 something to make the total count. I will tell Dana, and she will send it to everyone, or Nick, to the final distances and everything as soon as I can fly to Namibia and do the final check. Okay.
Carlos, how
Yes.
close is the nearest bar to the finish line?
About
Actually, isn't there one at the finish line?
about this.
Oh, excellent. And can we walk to the hotel from the bar?
Well, you know what? I don't know where the hotel is, but I don't know if you will be able to walk from the bar. Maybe they have to take you.
Yeah, I can do with that.
The finish line is actually right on the edge of Swakopmund, right to the south of Swakopmund. So you're kind of on the edge of town anyway. So if you want to walk back to the hotel for a few bars, then that's not a problem. Maybe 2 kilometers to the hotel from the finish.
So is it near the pier?
Okay.
It's south of the pier.
Right.
It's right next to a bar, the finish line.
On a campground, yeah.
You will be happy to know that.
Yeah, we will.
So this is Beth from Seattle, and John's going to be volunteering, and I'll be running. And I'm curious, is this different than the original itinerary that was on the website?
Yes, the other itinerary, it was in the north of Namibia. It's an area called Skeleton Coast. It's an amazing, amazing area.
If I can just interrupt here, Carlos. So Beth, it's different to the course that we had last year. So when, like a year ago, when you looked at it, the itinerary that's up there now is as per the current course. Just as Carlos said, he's finalizing a few of the distances still, and so the exact stage distances, once he's been back out there and finalized it, because it is a new course, will be put on there. But it's based on the format on the website is based on what Carlos has been talking about.
Okay, perfect. Yeah, that's what I was wondering, because I got confused for a second. I was thinking this might have changed with the change of the date, but
yeah, no. The course is the same as it was planned in April. But for people like Ben, who've been on the course, who've run the course before, he'll be running a different course to the one he did a couple of years ago or last year. Or if you're talking to people that did the course last year or previously, it's a different one.
Okay, thanks for that.
Mm-hmm. Okay, all clear. I wish I could, like, I think they are online, the videos that we did, aren't they?
Yeah, the videos
We've
are
got them on the website already. If you go up to the Namib page, you can see the whole video of the whole course.
There are like different videos of like, I don't know if we upload everyone. There are like videos from every single stage, and then there is one video of the whole, the overview of the whole thing. Yeah.
I think I've got 3 up already, and over the weeks I'm putting them up as we go. So Yes, you
try
will
and
see them
show
all.
the video through my. Try and do it through my computer screen.
Anyway, the good thing is that you will have like an amazing landscape. You will have very varied landscape. Is like different from one stage to the other. And if we are lucky, we will see many animals as well, not dangerous animals, and that will make the running very exciting, you know. So it's a very amazing area of Namibia, and the good thing is very accessible. You know, it's not, you don't have to drive like so many hours to go to arrive there. Okay, so it's online, the video, right, Zaina?
Yeah, it's there. Sorry.
It's on the right-hand side of the page on the latest news.
I've almost got it here ready to share. I don't know if you guys can hear that, but I'm hearing it.
I don't even need to ask. It's unless he drives all the way down there, it makes no sense.
You will, I don't know if many of you has gone to Namibia already, but in Namibia you will have like different tribes. Hey, here's the video. Now we can enjoy it.
You hear that?
No, it's coming through quite slow to me.
Yeah.
Yeah, Zaina, I think it's best for all of us to watch it on our own.
I think so.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
Now, I have a question, and chances are I already know the answer because of where the race is, the course is. We're not going to meet the lion guy, Philip, right?
I don't think so, no.
Well, this is Mary. We may meet him. He may come down.
To clarify more, we won't need him in this area, but we've worked with him for a number of years and he enjoys the race and it's pretty impressive what he's done. So if he is available, he may well come by on a stage and see people because it's
yeah, because someone wants me to carry that book with me the whole time to make sure he signs it.
I can probably arrange for it to be signed for you, Benji.
Thank you, Sam.
Okay, so what I was going to tell you is that in this area of Namibia, we will have many tribes there. It's an area that they concentrate because as there are like quite a lot of population in the towns and so on. You will see the Himbas. I don't know if some of you haven't gone to Namibia. The Himbas are those people that they are dressed. They get like the red grease on the bodies, and they are normally based on the very north part of Namibia, but they are many as well here. We will have the Topenars that are like the Bushmans from the coast. Okay. And these are supposed to be the first humans on Earth, so that is quite interesting. And those are the guys that talk like, okay. So I don't speak very well Topenar, so so you will probably notice on my pronunciation, and also the Herero. The Herero overall, they are known, the Herero women are the ones that are carrying like a long hats like this, and they are really big women dressed with like a typical dresses. And actually Swakopmund was one of the area where they have a concentration camp for Herero when they have like a revolution. And it's like a very interesting area that you can read online. It's very amazing to understand what's going on in this area, and a lot of wars and everything. And in Swakopmund, there was a concentration camp for Herero warriors that they were rebelling the Germans. So that means that after the war and they released them, so that many of them they were living there. So it's very interesting to read about it.
Okay, Zaina, do you want to wrap it up, unless anybody else has any questions?
Yeah, I was just about to say that. If anyone
I just have a final question for Carlos, actually. Carlos, when are they going to let you out to have a haircut?
Oh, I don't know. I cannot. The problem is that the hairdresser it has to be 1.5 meters away from you. So
that's a long pair of scissors.
No, I went the other day, and I said like, oh, I don't see any difference, and he says like, oh, I'm sorry, I have to be 1.5 meters.
John's ready for you in Namibia if you haven't cut it before then.
Okay, sorry, Zaina, carry on.
That's okay. Thanks, everybody. That was an important question. If no one else has any other questions, then we'll probably wrap it up for this session and then see if we can organize another one to see all of your photos. Carlos will do a tutorial on how to.
And Tiago, I had the chance to have Tiago with me on the trip, and I'm a baby in comparison, so I prefer to show his photos.
Tiago does take amazing photos. That's true.
Yeah, we can organize it, and we can prepare everything and see that it is working and everything goes okay. Okay.
Okay.
Good.
Thank you.
Thanks, everybody.
Thank you very much. Very
Love it.
interesting.
Good luck with your training.
See you on Wednesday.
See you on Wednesday. That's right.
For the training. See you.
Bye.
Okay, bye.
Later.
Thanks.
Hasta luego.
Adios.